in 2023, multiplayer games are catching a lot of flack, and for good reason. With lack of content at launch, microtransactions, minimum rewards for what a concept, actually playing a game, developers having inconsistent content releases, lack of transparency with the player base, and worst of all, some of these games are just not fun to play. Shooters have been taking the brunt of the criticism, with players having so many options to play and gamers becoming more selective in what they play in general. Finding value in games is at an all-time high. One series that continues to impress me and absolutely nail all these aspects is the Splatoon series. The most recent entry, Splatoon 3, just had its first anniversary last month, and it already has a massively large player base of over 10 million players and growing. A lot of the reasons for the success is because it's offering what players aren't getting from multiplayer games in 2023. The barrier of entry for this game is one flat rate of $60, an optional DLC, and full content at the release of this game. No microtransactions, and free in-game rewards and cosmetics for playing the game. Lots of free weapon variety, offering multiple ways to fight opponents. Nintendo has kept its promised release schedule with consistent, valuable, and fun updates and content. As this series is insanely popular, crushing sales numbers since its inception, becoming a monster hit that no one, not even Nintendo, intended or even saw coming. Splatoon is quickly becoming one of Nintendo's most successful and important franchises in recent years. With a total series sales of over 28 million copies, if you've ever played this game, which you probably have, it's obvious to see why. Originally, it was supposed to be a game based in the Super Mario world, but series creators Shintaro Sato and Hisashi Nogami felt the created characters of the Inklings felt more natural with their ability to swim and consume ink. Nogami, having created the Animal Crossing series, having done character designs for Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's Story, Super Mario 64, and creating the Pikmin series. You can clearly see how some of his character work and design in the Splatoon series is just as Nintendo as Mario or Zelda. The series really comes from the humblest beginnings. As one of the few that had a Wii U, and anyone else could tell you, Splatoon came out smack dab summer 2015, where nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, was being released for the platform. I remember a week before the game came out, I was looking for anything to come out for the console at the time. I was desperate for something to play, and let me tell you, it was barren. I remember seeing some promotion for it on the Wii U store, and it looked interesting with no expectation for what it would be like. No hype from any Wii U owners across the board, and none of the friends that I knew who actually owned a Wii U had heard about the game before its release. I bought it the morning it came out and couldn't believe how unique and utterly addicting it was. My first thought was, this is Nintendo. And Nintendo is back, baby. I hadn't seen or experienced something so utterly Nintendo since Pikmin or Wii Sports. I called my friend on the phone that afternoon, telling him that this game came out today and you have to play it, and I wasn't the only one. The fact that the original game was so unique and addicting that even with the Wii U failing, Nintendo knew they had a monster hit on their hands, selling almost half as much as the Wii U console at over 4 million copies. They had to bring the much anticipated sequel to the Switch the same year, selling over 13 million copies, and with Splatoon 3 being out just over a year, it's already sold over 10 million copies. The series has been a runaway hit, and being there from the initial launch, it almost brings a tear to my eye to see this little inventive series that was become such a much needed multiplayer hit that Nintendo was absolutely lacking. As a lot of Overwatch, Halo, and Destiny fans are seeing their beloved series flounder and struggle to provide content and support that their fans want, Splatoon has never been more popular, relevant, and content rich in its whole history. Constant stage updates, weapon variety, Splatfest, a large dedicated fan base, with so much value in a $60 price tag becoming much more rare in gaming in modern times, it really is the game that just keeps giving. If you're still struggling to find a shooter that has mutual respect between the developers and the player base in 2023, you'd be hard pressed to find many others or even better outside of Nintendo. Don't believe the hype and success? Even PlayStation has seen the want and desire players have for Nintendo's massively successful third-person shooter. Square Enix is publishing a console exclusive for PlayStation called Foam Stars, which is clearly trying to ape off Nintendo's success of Splatoon. Though Splatoon 3 isn't perfect as no game is, as it has some problems of its own, in 2023, no shooter is quite like it, and no shooter on the market gives this much fun and value at a fair price tag as this one. Splatoon may not be for everyone, but it is enough for its 10 million players and growing. Thank you for checking out the video. Go ahead, hit that like button for me, please, and go ahead and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.